All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Rahakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone out of New York who rule well. And peace, blessings, and salutations to all the brothers, sincere brothers out there pushing the truth across the four corners of earth. All right, pushing this labor of love and truth and sincerity. All right, even those brothers who are not of Great Millstone, but they're pushing the correct doctrine. All right, this is Acts 19 and 1. And he says, what is the part that so like it? Okay, this is Acts 19:21. After these things were ended, Paul purposed in the spirit when he had passed through Macedonia and Achaia to go to Jerusalem, saying, after I have been there, I must also see Rome. So he went into Macedonia, two of them that ministered unto him, Timotheus and Erastus, but he himself stayed in Asia for a season. And the same time there arose no small stir about that way. For a small man named Demetrius, a silversmith, which made silver shrines for Diana, brought no small gain unto the craftsmen, whom he called together with the workmen of like occupation, and said, Sirs, ye know that by this craft we have our wealth. Moreover, ye see and hear that not alone at Ephesus, but also almost throughout all Asia, this Paul hath persuaded and turned away much people, saying that they be no gods which are made with hands. And just spiritual thoughts on it. We're in that fourth quarter, what Esau considers the fourth quarter, for business. These are the times where they're trying to, meet their quota, make their money. And here it is, more lockdowns coming. All right. And this is a whole nother reason why they have motivation to attack the gospel, to attack the truth, going for, personal attacks against the brothers, even though they don't even know us personally. All right. Because basically the gospel we're teaching is taking a lot of these people out of business. All right. It's taking the pork industry. We're doing hits to them, man. Even the fishing industry. These guys ain't eating catfish. They ain't eating shrimp. They ain't eating none of this stuff. It's hacking them. All right, it's going at all these different industries and all these different vain customs that brothers are not into. All right, we're not into Halloween costumes and buying Christmas trees and what does it say? I think that's in Esther. It talks about this people have these customs that are against every other nation. All right, and that's one of the things that Esau is understanding, man, because they're trying to figure things out. They're trying to solidify themselves in power and legitimize themselves, even though there's some funny business going on for how they got into power. But here it is, they're looking at it like, damn, we can't get these a lot of these black and Latino people, they ain't voting. That's another custom that Jake has stopping. If you're an Israelite, you're gonna stop following. All right, and so seeing all these things, this is another reason why they're gonna demonize the faith. All right, I just had a quick article example of that. Yeah, it says the governor canceled Thanksgiving. Why not Black Friday? All right, basically the article goes into how the governor of this particular state, I forget which one it is. Okay, Oregon. Basically they cut it down to, they made it a criminal charge, a criminal sanction against those who gather in groups larger than 6 in private homes, right? Between November 18th and December 2nd, effectively prohibiting Thanksgiving Day gatherings statewide. All right. But what they're noticing is they're still allowing that the retailers to have a 75% capacity. You know what I'm saying? And they're still saying, oh, they can still social distance. And this is supposed to be the most deadly, virus in history. Just goes to show you what it's about, man. It's about the money. Same as that story we read earlier. All right, they knew, them guys knew, you know, Paul teaching against the gods and stuff, that was going to go against their craft. You know, they're making these images of Diana, which are being sold, you know, all across, just like it said, all the way into Asia. All right, so you got all these people hungry and thirsty to buy what you're selling, but now, you know, one guy is preaching. Well, not just one guy, but it was more. It was more. You know, there were other prophets around too, but you have this nation of people who are preaching, you know, contrary against, you know, the craft and the things that you're doing. You know that stuff's gonna get cut out, and like it just said, so I jump back to it. It said, which made silver shrines for Diana, brought no small gain unto the craftsmen. And, you know, these people, they make a lot of money on Christmas. They make a lot of money on Halloween, Thanksgiving. You know, hey, you got people who raise turkey all year just for this one time a year. You know, you got people who all year they kind of take an L, you know, pumpkins or whatever, you know, seasonal item that they're dealing with. For this one time a year, they know they can get that stuff off. They know they can get their money back. You know, this is gonna help afford them their vacation. You know, keep their home afloat during COVID. And here it is, you got these damn Black, Native American, and Latino men prophesying against, you know, what's gonna make me all of this money. It said, whom he called together with the workmen of like occupation. All right, so they banded together, man. They unionized and spoke out against it. All right, and that's something that's coming very shortly. They already did it with the Southern Poverty Law Center. They already tried to make us, you know, black extremists and all this, you know, bullshit, even though we're not black. All right, but, you know, coming short, man, people are about to get desperate. People are about to really get desperate. All right. These businesses are shut down, waning, holding on by a thread. Which, you know, America, they still got money. Don't get me wrong. They're still making money, but, you know, a lot of that is being cut off, man. It's being choked. A lot of the blessings of Esau he's not getting in full inheritance anymore. All right. And it says, verse 27, it said, so that not only this our craft is in danger to be set at naught, but also that the temple of the great goddess Diana should be despised, and her magnificence should be destroyed, whom all Asia and the world worshipeth. All right, and it's just interesting because even to this day you can still find these images of Diana. All right, but the images of the Israelites are the ones that are attacked or destroyed. Okay, the images of the true Israelites are the ones which are covered up, or they'll take it, or they'll hide it away. All right, what does the scripture say? Basically paraphrasing, you know, if everybody loves you, then, you know, that's when you got something to worry about. Damn, when everybody likes you. Even though, you know, when the rich are in rulership, the people are going to are going to be better off. All right, and you know, every time you talk about righteousness, you know, the Lord only deals with a small number. All right, He's not dealing with everybody. Hey, if everybody's doing something, you got to question it. That means, you know, it's a catch, or it's some kind of demon associated with it. You see how hard people wrestle, you know, just when a couple of men, we come out and we read the Bible. All right, but it said, and her magnificence should be destroyed, whom all Asia and the world worshipeth. It said, and when they heard these sayings, they were full of wrath and cried out, saying, great is Diana of the Ephesians. And the whole city was filled with confusion, and having caught Gaius and Aristarchus, men of Macedonia, Paul's companions in travel, they rushed with one accord into the theater. And when Paul would have entered in unto the people, the disciples suffered him not. And certain of the chief of Asia, which were his friends, sent unto him desiring him that he would not adventure himself into the theater. Some therefore cried one thing and some another, for the assembly was confused, and the more part knew not wherefore they were come together. And they drew Alexander out of the multitude, the Jews putting him forward. And Alexander beckoned with his hand, and would have made his defense unto the people. But when they knew that he was a Jew, all with one voice about the space of 2 hours cried out, Great is Diana of the Ephesians. All right, so you got these people who and they said they with one voice about the space of 2 hours sitting out crying out for this God that doesn't exist. All right, with one great voice. You know, it was a lot of people, man. They was pissed off. They were basically they were fucking up the economy. All right, they were taking all the they were, you know, all these altars, because I believe Ephesus, that was a place where I want to say that's the place where the main place people went to worship. You had certain cities set up in Rome, which was set up for certain gods, you know, to be worshipped. All right, but I'm gonna cut the story. You can read it. The whole chapter's good, you know. But this is the mindset of these people, man. This is the mind. This is something you got to remember during the battle. These people, a lot of them, they're just. The scriptures say what the deceived and the deceiver are his. A lot of these people are just fully deceived. They ain't coming out of it. No semblance of righteousness, no honor. You know, they're fully locked in. All right. Then you got some people who, you know, maybe they might see it, but they're still gonna ride along with the bullshit. All right. But at the end of the day, the elect, the scriptures say what? My sheep hear my voice and they follow my call. All right. So the elect are gonna do that. All right. So, you know, don't worry about the haters, the doubters, the dissenters, all right, who are just all just in it, just, you know, to fill their own pockets. And ultimately, that's what these people are about. All right, I'm gonna